What is going on, fellow members of the JoogSquad? Let me start by saying Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I hope you are all having an amazing day so far, and eat until you explode. I'm here today because I figured it would be pretty fun to go over the top 8 near-death experiences that I've had in my career of filming on YouTube, and being insane in life in general. Before I kick this video off, I want to tell you guys that because Christmas is coming, we have a sale on little pots. So if you would like to give someone in your family or one of your friends a little pot, go to JoogSquad.com. Also, we're selling skimboards still for Christmas. You can still get a skimboard for Christmas if you order very soon. If you guys want to check out the full versions of any of these videos, you can find the links in the description, so you can go check those out. That's my bird Petrie. So in my history filming on YouTube, I have almost died several times. Regardless of how close you are to death, when you're close to it at all, it's a little freaky. I'd say a near-death experience would be an experience where you reflect on your entire life because of the severity of the situation. If you have a flashback, or if you see your entire life flash before your eyes, I would call that a near-death experience. So I have sat down, thought about it, and compiled the top 8 near-death experiences that I have experienced in my career on YouTube. I have footage for every single experience except for one, so let's just dive right into the 8 near-death experiences that I have had in my short life. Number 8, we were longboarding in Brooksville on the fastest hill in Florida, and we decided to upboard down it. It was actually my idea, it was a terrible idea, but because I was holding the camera, I couldn't hold the board under my body too well, so I ended up crashing.
Upboard, bending down. One of the fastest hills in Florida. Oh shit! No.
Mid-crash, Merrick was literally inches away from slamming right into my head and possibly breaking my neck. My friend Kyle crashed into the dirt, but luckily he's a good buttboarder and he missed me. I can't say the same for this kid Joey Lee, who slammed straight into me, hit me right in the chest, really close to my neck. We were going about 40 miles an hour, maybe a little bit faster when the crash happened. I was in shock, so I kind of like laughed it off. I didn't really realize how bad it hurt.
Joey's like,
I got to the top of the hill and nearly collapsed when we were at the car, and I had to just literally call the whole skate session off and tell everybody like I seriously needed to start heading home, or else I felt like I was gonna have to go to the hospital. So yeah, that was pretty gnarly. As you can see on the video, it was not a pleasant crash. It was just not a good time. Number 7 will be the time that I went to California from Florida by car. Not something that I recommend anybody do at any point in time. So during the drive from Florida to California, I started to get a little bit of a cold on the way. I didn't think it was a big deal, but it progressively started getting worse. We ended up having to check into a hotel room because I felt so bad. I went to a walk-in clinic in Texas halfway there and went and got checked out, but they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, so I went to 2 more walk-in clinics once I got to California, and they screwed up and couldn't tell me what was wrong with me. I had an extreme shortness of breath, which is a symptom of pneumonia. After I got way worse to the point that I had to be hooked up to my grandpa's oxygen tank, I went to the hospital, to the ER, and they diagnosed me with pneumonia. I had a skim competition that weekend, and I, for some reason, skimmed in the competition, and they ended up pulling me out of the contest because they said I was looking too sick. And I actually couldn't even go home when I wanted to. I had to take it back home, I had to cancel it and book another one just because I was not in any condition to fly. Finally made it back home and I was okay. And then I got shingles as a direct result of having pneumonia a couple of months later. And that was no fun either. Number 6 was during my recent trip to Hawaii. We had an amazing time and filmed some crazy adventures along the way. But upon arriving back from Hawaii, I was diagnosed with dengue fever with 7 other YouTubers that were out there with me. I guess we got bit by mosquitoes somewhere that we were in Hawaii, and we were all literally in the hospital at the same time. Different hospitals, but all of us from California to Colorado to Florida, we were in the hospital for way too long, pretty much. It's basically like malaria. It's contracted from mosquitoes, except for there is no treatment and there is no cure that the hospital will give you. There's a bunch of natural remedies like papaya leaves and a lot of raw fruits and vegetables, but they actually told us that we couldn't have those while we were in the hospital, so we ended up just sitting there not feeling much better, and now we have huge medical bills. Number 5 was a stunt that went wrong. It was the attempt at the zipline ring of fire, but we had a really sketchy ladder that made it hard to climb up the tree. So when I got to the top and I actually went to go down, there was a rope that was somehow wrapped around my neck.
Oh,
I went down and it literally just grabs me like this and catches me, and I luckily had a hand on. It knocked my one hand off and I grabbed back on, and I was screaming because it gave me a serious rope burn, but was also wrapped around my neck, and I was like stuck out past the ladder, and I like somehow swung and grabbed the ladder with my foot and pulled myself back in. If I would have dropped, I do not want to know what would have happened, because that was really bad. Yeah, number 5. Me almost hanging myself. Number 4, flashbacks to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. I didn't really highlight this in my last Mexico video just because the footage isn't that great. I got caught out by a huge set and got pretty pummeled and had my GoPro in my hand without a skimboard, so I had to hold on to the GoPro, and I of course didn't have my board to float, so I was stuck out in the waves. I literally got stuck out there for at least like 20 waves, to the point that like I didn't even care if my GoPro was filming or not. Like, I'm just swimming, trying to stay afloat and trying to relax and trying to conserve my energy. Man, those waves out there are serious. So yeah, I was all the way on the outside, and I finally got almost all the way back in when another huge wave hit me. When I finally got back to shore, I was completely out of breath, and I just flopped down on the sand and was like, it was pretty bad. It rattled me up a little bit. I was okay. I kept catching waves after that, but it was definitely scary, and I was definitely contemplating my entire life while I was stuck out in those waves. Number 3, ooh, this was crazy at the time. I was out paddleboarding with my friend Steve. The waves were nice. It was super calm. It was about knee to thigh high waves. We were just out there surfing on our paddleboards, and we saw a little band of rain coming in. We were like, all right, you know, it's just rain. It can't be that bad. Once the rain hit, it went from being glassy and calm to like 40-mile-an-hour winds, sideways rain, and lightning in the matter of like 2 minutes. It was insane. We literally could barely be out of the water because the rain hurt so bad because of how hard it was hitting. But during the lightning storm, the scariest part was how close a strike of lightning came to us. When the lightning hit, it was just white all around us. Like, I literally thought that I was dead because of how close the lightning hit. I don't know if anybody's had close encounters with lightning, but I know that there's some of you out there that will understand what it's like to see nothing but white and the brightest light, and to think that at that moment you are dead. So after that lightning hit so close, we made a break for it. Steven Bradford's board ended up almost killing me. We had to ditch the boards and run straight up to a condo and hide underneath the condo until the storm calmed down, just because we were so freaked out. It actually ended up going on the news. It was, to say the least, extremely scary. Moving on. Number 2, a video that almost all of you are familiar with. It's almost at 3 million views. It was the water balloon stunt where I almost drowned. This video was all over the news, was all over all of the YouTube news sources, all over Facebook. It really just, it circulated more than any video except for the beer mug video. That video definitely did more damage. So yeah, I put myself in a giant 6-foot water balloon inside a boat inside of my pool, and I had friends on the sidelines that were supposed to help me out if anything went wrong, but they took a little bit longer than they should have. The boat sank, of course. I flipped over in the water. I had no way of swimming or anything because I'm in this giant balloon. I tried to kick my way out, but it wouldn't break, and my brother eventually, thankfully, jumped in with the screwdriver and shanked the balloon and freed me. He likes to interrupt every time I film. Number 1, another near-death experience in Hawaii. We were going on a hike to see the volcano. You guys are gonna have to deal with my bird probably throughout the entire video. I hope that's okay. It seemed like a nice day. It was, you know, sprinkling a little bit, but that's expected on the part of the island that we were on. We hiked all the way down into the flats on the lava bed, and it started raining. We had a couple waterproof backpacks so we could put all of our important electronics in those backpacks. Then the lightning came shortly after the rain, to the point that we were sprinting full speed. Hey, yo, Petrie! Petrie! Yo, Petrie! So yeah, another near-death experience with lightning, even closer than the last one just because of the fear level. I'd say I was way more scared with this than anything else ever in my entire life. Most scared I've ever been, hands down. So yeah, we're out in the flats, the rain gets really heavy, the lightning starts coming in, and it's a really, really eerie, freaky thing to not just hear lightning, but to hear lightning on all sides of you. Just to hear it crackle across the sky from one side to the other. Not something that I ever want to experience again. Of course, a strike of lightning gets so uncomfortably close that it sends all of us sprinting to find a lava tube that we went and hid out in for about 20-25 minutes.
Are you okay?
Or no, you ignore me all the time.
No, I'm just trying to get the light back on.
I was praying, I was like asking myself how I got there or why I was there. We sprinted out and made a break just for the tree line where we hiked up to get back to the car. If we would have been out there any longer, we would have had to try to navigate our way back in the complete darkness. Honestly, might have had to end up staying out in the jungle overnight just because you could not see anything. There was no light from the moon or anything. We had a couple of flashlights, but it would have been so hard to get back to where the car was had we gotten back a little bit later. Oh, I have the chills now that I got this sick feeling in my stomach from going over all the times I almost died. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe if you haven't done that because we do some crazy pranks, challenges, and dares all the time. Go get yourself a little pot at JoogSquad.com if you want to give anyone in your family a little pot for Christmas. If you want some free stickers, follow me on Instagram at MustyCarlos. You can go get some free stickers by clicking on the post about stickers. Comment down below what experience would have scared you the most. So again, I want to thank you guys a million times over for being supporters and for being subscribers. It really means the world to all of us. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the love and support. Thank you guys for watching.
Sitting on dubs, I was high on drugs, cooling in my Escalade. Man, I'm paid, I got it made. Take me to your special place. Close your eyes, show me your face.